Hello, I'm Bernie Markovich. I'm the president of the Sheboygan Concert Association, and we're getting ready to announce our brand new season for next year, and that's the reason for this program. We've got an exciting season coming. As many of you know, we have our performances at the Weil Center, and I'll tell you, we've got world-class entertainment on a world-class stage. And what we're going to do today is to tell you about next season. It's going to be our 85th, and we're going to have 5 concerts. We only had 4 this season, but because of the prices of the entertainers and a lovely gift that we had received from the estate of Leona Shane, we are well fixed. And our treasurer said we could add an additional performance. So we've decided to do that. In a day when prices seem to be going up, we're giving you more product for the same amount of money that you've paid. So where we're going to begin is to announce the season, and Tippy Young and Arletta Giese are going to tell you about the 5 featured evenings that we're going to present next year. Tippy?
Thank you, Bernie. It's a wonderful array of concerts that we have, much variety, and it's spread out over the calendar so that nothing is bunched up and there shouldn't be any conflicts. I'll just give a rundown, first of all, of the 5 attractions and artists that are coming. The first one is Igor Butman and his Moscow Jazz Orchestra, and I'll give you a little more information about that in a bit. And the second is Ben Gully, a tenor. The third is Rebecca and Kuba. It is a vocalist and an instrumentalist, 2 people that are performing together. The fourth is Maureen McGovern, a well-known name and vocalist. And the last is Step Crew, a group of vibrant and energetic dancers. So you can tell from the list that it's going to be a great variety. And I think I'll just start and launch right into a little description of Igor Butman and the Moscow Jazz Orchestra. One does not normally think of jazz and Moscow in the same sentence, but he has been performing with some of the world's most interesting stages that bring in jazz. And there is a quote on the front of their flyer which says, and it's a quote by President Bill Clinton, he may be, Igor Butman, may be the greatest living jazz saxophone player. And you remember, of course, that Bill Clinton fancied himself as a saxophonist, too, so it should be wonderful. They have played in venues all over the world at some marvelous jazz festivals in Montreal in Italy, at the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival in Idaho, and various other places, but they are well known throughout the world, and it should be quite a marvelous experience to have a group like this play in Sheboygan, and they will be the opening concert.
Yes, and there are 21 of them coming. If you'll remember, several seasons ago, we had the Red Army band and chorus, and they were thrilled to be in Sheboygan. We treated them royally. The Boy Scout troop at my church actually were in charge of their dinner. We fed them. We treated them like visiting royalty, and they were so thrilled to be in Sheboygan. Now we have more Russians coming, and we're going to give them the same treatment, and that concert will be in September. Arletta?
Okay. Well, we're going to follow that up in November with a tenor. Not 5, not 3, but one very special tenor. His name is Ben Gully, and he has been all over the United States and Europe, and they list a lot of awards that he won, but I'm most interested in his sample program because you would think with an operatic tenor it would be all opera, and in truth there is some opera here, La Donna Immobile from Rio Gazzo, that sort of thing, but also The Impossible Dream, Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho, How Great Thou Art, which we all know, You Raise Me Up, O Solo Mio, things that we know, and a few things one from Phantom of the Opera, one from Les Mis. So it would be a really good mixed program, and there's something about a tenor.
He's young, and that is interesting because I don't even think he's 25 yet. Certainly not 30. And the thing is that he is on his way up. in the music world, and there are not many people that have heard him. I had never heard of him until David Folan brought his tape when we picked our selections for next season, and he will just blow you out of your seats to see that kind of talent.
It says that he's a 2009 winner of the Metropolitan Opera's National Council District and Competition.
And
So
those
2009.
are usually pretty young when they
Yes,
participate in
but
this.
gifted is gifted.
Right. Oh,
We had a
yes.
pianist just a few weeks ago that was 25 years old that the audience was screaming at the end of the thing. They didn't want him to leave that stage. And he played for a full 2 hours and never, ever had a piece of music on that piano.
Tell him what he did with the audience.
Oh, the audience. He asked the audience, 4 different members of the audience, to pick a note. And he composed a piece sitting at that piano without any preparation whatsoever, and did, it wasn't just a simple little tune, it was a major piece of work with those 4 notes reappearing throughout the piece. So it wasn't like he just started with it and went off someplace else. It was amazing to see. So now, Tippy,
Yes.
we're back to you.
Well, we're up to Rebecca and Cuba. And this pair of entertainers met each other on board a ship, a cruise line, and each of them was performing their own shtick. She was a vocalist and he was an instrumentalist. And ultimately, they decided to do it together, and they have combined and had a wonderful success in performing together. I believe that she has been trained in Los Angeles, and he had his musical background from Poland. And he plays many different kinds of instruments, so it should be a very fascinating program. And as you pointed out, some of the pieces that Bengali will perform, they have given us a little sampling. The Flight of the Bumblebee, I'm sure that's the instrumental part.
And what instrument do you think you'll play that on?
I can't imagine. I would not know.
I think his major instrument is the marimba.
Well, that would be perfect. And things like Hungarian Dance No. 5, this 2001 Space Odyssey, which is wonderful, and followed by the Baby Elephant Walk, and The Day the Earth Stood Still, and Andrew Lloyd Webber's medley. It should be a marvelous evening.
Yes, and in February.
Yes, right.
Reason enough to get out of that warm, comfortable home and go into that warm, comfortable theater.
Right.
Okay, Arletta?
Oh, next up. Oh, look at that beautiful picture. This is Maureen McGovern, and she is coming to Sheboygan. And I think we all remember listening to some of her beautiful records. The one I remember most, I think, is There's Got to Be a Morning After.
Yes.
I love that song. And it says that she may do that one, too. This is a sample program, but she may do that. She's had a long career. She's not in her 25s. She began this career in the 60s and continued into the 70s, but she has not exactly been dormant ever since then. So, in fact, one of her favorite experiences is giving her Surviving the Morning After, musically speaking, lecture. So, I mean, I remember the morning after, and apparently that's what everybody remembers about her. So she gives this lecture, surviving that. And she should be wonderful. She still is a wonderful
Well,
singer.
she'll have wonderful stories to tell.
Yes.
And that, I think, is part of our concerts that make us unique, is the rapport that the artists have with the audience and vice versa, because they will recognize some of the music that these artists
Yes.
produce.
Yes.
But then they're also, the audience, interested in hearing new things. And it's amazing, the range that's out there, the pieces that these people arrange themselves, do orchestrations for and stuff like that. Convert, the pianist that we had this year, actually took music that wasn't written for the piano and did arrangements for it. So you hear familiar tunes sometimes in a whole new setting, which is exciting. So now, the Celtic Dancers.
Yes, and that's the final concert of the season, and it is going to include 6 dancers and 4 musicians, and the dancers will be doing things like the Irish step dancing and something called Ottawa Valley step dancing, which is just a slightly bit different. It's Canadian, and then tap dancing as well. And you know that it will be energetic. You know that there will be a lot of footwork and a lot of stamping and tapping. And I can just hear it and see it, and I'm going to want to keep I'm going to have to keep my feet tied down in order not to get up and want to be part of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It will just be very exciting. And one of the compliments that has been given them, one of the dancers from Riverdance, many of us have seen either in person or on TV, the phenomenal performances by Riverdance. And that person from Riverdance complimented them by saying, the Step Crew is a show that very simply cannot be missed. The focus, energy, and sheer virtuosity on display from the entire cast is nothing short of mind-boggling. Now, if that isn't enough to make you want to come see that, it's wonderful.
Exactly.
It should just make you want to move along.
Tippy is the vice president in charge of the programming, so she's the one that arranges with our talent artists.
With a committee.
Yes.
Right.
So we've actually seen each and every one of these artists perform via videotapes that our booking agent has. And he's been a real gem for us because we might look at something and we're pretty fussy about what we're interested in, and yet he'll say, you might not want to pass this one up, or this might not be what your audiences expect. So we're not as classical as people seem to think we are. We used to be, but we've got a fine symphony, so we've got a source for that. The Arts Center has fine dance programs. The Distinguished Guest Series has wonderful programming. So what we do when we're looking at this is we're looking for something that is going to expand our horizons as an audience, that it's not just the same thing coming and going. And for that, we are truly grateful. Now, Cal's going to talk to us about the money because, you know, the bottom line is this costs, but the savings is tremendous. Cal?
Well, one of the things that many of us take pride in is the fact that there is no organization, I think, in this country that can provide a better deal than the Sheboygan Concert Association. As Bernie has mentioned, we're a nonprofit organization whose purpose is to bring live professional concerts to the Wild Center. We serve our membership, we serve the public. Now, sometimes people would say, membership, does that mean something exclusive? No, it doesn't. It just means that when you become a member at a very reasonable cost, and I'll give you those figures shortly, you have available to you those 5 concerts, and you can have the best seat in the house for your membership. We do not have reserved seats. You come and pick your seat. And in the Wild Center, 1,100, I think, and 50 seats. So you've got a lot of choice.
Exactly.
The membership for an individual is $60, so 5 into that, that's $12 a concert. How many of us have gone to Milwaukee or wherever for a ticket for that alone, a ticket, a $60 ticket for one concert?
That's if you're late. Remember? The early birds.
Well, and we're taping this not taping, that's an old term. We're recording this digitally, and we are doing this in March. And through May 19th, you have available to save $5. So a membership, an individual membership, $55. So that's $11
Exactly.
for the best seat in the house per concert.
I hardly go to the movie for that.
And there isn't a bad seat in that house. I sit in the absolute last row of the balcony, right under the old projection booth, just to make sure that it's everything in the back of the house as it is downstairs in the front. And there are many people that prefer to actually sit in that balcony.
I'm one of them.
Yes.
I'm one of them.
I always sit up
because you hear everything, you see everything, and they're exciting programs. We'll go back to Cal.
Well, now if you have a big family, and you might say, well, I don't know, $60 or $55, but we have a deal for you that goes beyond that. $140, $130 if you sign up early bird before May 19th. It's $130, and that will give your whole household access. So mom and dad, and if you have a whole tribe of kids, you really get a good deal for $140, or if you're early, $130. Now, if you happen to be a grandparent or a parent who has a child who you'd like to have them experience live entertainment, concert entertainment, broaden their horizon, or just because they have a musical talent and they're interested, for $20 a season, you can buy a student membership. What a gift, a birthday gift, a Christmas gift, confirmation gift, whatever it would happen to be. You divide those 5 concerts, that's $4 a concert.
Exactly.
Choice of the best seat in the house again. So there is no deal that I have ever seen, and I've old enough to have bought a lot of tickets in my lifetime. There's no deal better than this. So I would hope that you will, on the screen, will see Liz Hiller's name. She's our person who you buy the memberships from. We'll have on the screen her name, her number, and you can, in the next few months, in the next few weeks, really, avail yourself of an early bird for the next few months, a full time period when you can join the Sheboygan Concert Association. And remember, you don't join and then have to buy a ticket. You join and you can come to every concert. So this is a one-time expenditure of dollars just to be a member. And remember that this is a deal that I think our people in the house, they just go away often applauding how good that concert was, and they can't wait for the next one. It's just been such a good deal.
Bring them back.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
right.
We could literally sit back and just have the same people over and over again, but we're always on the lookout for exciting new talent. Now, the membership thing is, it's one ticket for $55 or $60 that allows you to come in for all 5 concerts. There are no, and there never will be, single tickets sold. That it protects our tax status, and you'd have people picking and choosing what they wanted to see, and we wouldn't be able to get the quality of the entertainment that we've got. I can tell you, we have 179 new members this season. People tell their friends that you've got to see this, and so they bring them in, and I don't know of many people that are disappointed. I've seen a couple people sneak out at the interval or something. I myself did it once years and years ago. I couldn't stand the hammered dulcimer, but other than that, it's a tremendous value for your money. It is a way of getting world-class entertainment that you don't have to drive 120 miles for, there and back, and spend additional monies. You want to park early downtown, eat in one of our downtown restaurants, and walk over. There's plenty of parking in that neighborhood. So what I'm going to do is invite you to watch a videotape of the 5 artistic groups that are coming for our next season. I personally want to invite you to be a part of it. You will never regret the money that you've spent. So for Tippy, Cal, Arletta, and myself, thank you very much for watching, and we hope to see you at the Weil Center next season. 5 shows. Thank you.
Every day I see you, my hands were made for you. Yet you always give me a stress-free point of view. Meet me after school, Mr. Magic. Take a token, Mr. Magic. Oh, my love, Mr. Magic. I see you through the smoke. Without you, I'm misery. I'm blue with all my gray. The world seems better when you're here with me. 'Cause you come so naturally, Mr. Magic. Take a token, Mr. Magic. Oh, my love, Mr. Magic. I see you through the smoke.
The town I live in, the street, the house, the room, the pavement of the city, or a garden all in bloom. The church, the school, the clubhouse, the million lights I see, but especially the people. That's America to me.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by, where hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. Then I was young and unafraid, and dreams were made and used and wasted.
My name is Rebecca,
My name is Kuba.
and I come originally from a little town called Friendswood, Texas.
I'm from different state called Poland,
So I guess you could say I'm a little bit country.
and I'm a little bit jazz and classical.
Kuba, they know how the saying goes.
Well, I know, but I don't play any rock and roll. I mostly play jazz and classical.
That's true. His background is varied, and mine is musical theater and country music. So we put together a variety of music for you tonight, and Kuba's going to get us started right now with a great little number called Tico Tico.
There's got to be a morning after. If we can hold on through the night, we have a chance to find the sunshine. Let's keep on looking for the light. Oh, can't you see the morning after? It's waiting right outside the store. Why don't we cross the bridge together and find the place that's safe and warm?
Voice that just rings like a bell.
She's a real artist.
Fabulous, exciting.
Outstanding.
He says, "Where's that song from?" I said, "It's the Wizard of Oz when they're coming out of the fields and they're going up to the gate."
You're out of the woods, you're out of the dark, you're out of the night. Step into the sun, step into the light. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby.
Oh, she was wonderful.
And fabulous. I was really moved.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
The non-word songs, I knew every single song.